The cards, the cards, the cards will tell. The past, the present, and the future as well. The cards, the cards. Just take 3. Take a little trip into your future with me. Now you, young man, are from across the sea. You come from 2 long lines of royalty. I'm a royal myself on my mother's side. Your lifestyle's high, but your funds are low. You need to marry a little honey whose daddy got dough. Mom and Dad cut you off, huh, Playboy?
Sad but true.
Now y'all gotta get hitched, but hitching ties you down. You just want to be free, hop from place to place. But freedom takes green. It's the green, it's the green, it's the green you need. And when I looked into your future, it's the green that I seen. On you, little man, I don't want to waste much time. You've been pushed around all your life. You've been pushed around by your mother and your sister and your brother. And if you was married, you'd be pushed around by your wife. But in your future, the you I see is exactly the man you always wanted to be. Shake my hand. Come on, boys. Won't you shake a poor sinner's hand?
Yo, what's up, family? So, as y'all can see in the video, right, that I just shared, I'm gonna give y'all a little story, right? So, I was recently at work. I'm always at work, getting to it, I got to. But I was at work, right, and I'm outside doing my daily pickup, picking up the trash in the parking lot, and I get ready to throw it away in the baler, and on the ground I see a picture of the girl. I think, what was her name from Princess and the Frog? I can't remember her name right now. I think it was Tiana. But I see a picture. I wish I grabbed it, man. But I see a picture of her, and it's the scene where she was at the staircase, watching her friend, the girl that she grew up with, watching her dancing with the prince. And you could see in her face that she was genuinely happy for her friend, but at the same time there was this look of despair, as if like, I don't think I will ever get there, just based off of her current circumstances. But boom, fast forward. I say, boom, when I get home, I'm about to watch this movie. So I got home, turned on the movie, and it was, being older now and watching it, it was so many gems, so many subliminals that I caught on to. And the one specific one that stood out to me the most was the Voodoo Man, right? So in this clip that I just showed y'all, the Voodoo Man, he lowers the prince. I can't remember his name. I think it was Habib, something like that. But the prince lowers him and his, I guess his servant, or not his servant, the guy that was on side of him all the time, whatever that term is. But he lowered him and the other guy by his smoothness of speech, by his mannerisms. Like, it's down to a science. We ain't gonna go too deep though, but his cadence, the song, as you could hear the song, it was a very a drawing in kind of song because of how smooth his voice was, how suave he was, right? That's what Satan does, right? Satan moves in this sleek, just like a serpent. He moves in this cunning manner that 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 can be, it can be what's the word, sexy to the eye, and you're now being drawn in, right? So boom, in the scene, he lowers them into the other side, right? Which is demons, demonic stuff and all of that. He opens the door and he leads them into the door to the other side, and he pulls out cards, right? And he has tarot cards. He even mentioned it. He said tarot cards. Um, with our generation, this has become very popular. And I once was a part of that community, right? The spiritual community, which I know everyone who's a part of the spiritual community doesn't have the intent to be evil or demonic or devilish. A lot of people just don't know where to go, so they go where they feel that they best fit in, right? So yeah, tarot cards have become this gateway, or like new, they call it new age, but it's been around, or this modern day spirituality has become this gateway for the devil to use individuals, but they don't know. That's the thing. They think that they're just being spiritual. They're everything. You can't be everything. If you're everything, that means that you're always being swayed in which you're always being swayed in several different directions, right? So you don't have a firm standing, you don't have a firm grounding, right? So that's why a lot of my friends in that, when I was in that community, it always seemed as if, this is no disrespect, no shots, none of that, but it always seemed as if they were never at peace, as if they never had a sense of, they just never seemed content with where they were. It's always like an up and down cycle, which life is, but like in that community it seemed a bit more extreme, right? Like there was no peace. So boom, that was a little tangent or side note, but so he lowers them into the other side, right? He pulls out the tarot cards, and he's basically foreseeing their lives, their futures, right? Or no, he starts with their past and then tells them what he can provide as it pertains to their future, right? He says that he says that the way that they grew up, right? The prince, he came from a family of royalty, but for whatever reason, his family uh, disowned him, right? So now he was poor. Um, his servant, what I'm gonna call him, the chubby dude, he he his apprentice, I think that's what it is. But he grew up um being, I guess, bullied or um pushed around by his mother, his sister, and his brother. And the voodoo man told him that he would be pushed around by his future wife as well, if he were to have a wife, right? um for the prince, he told the prince that what he could provide for him in the future is a woman with wealth. He told him, you need to marry a woman with wealth, right? If you want to be successful, if you want to live out your dreams, right? And he told the big guy, the apprentice, that what did he tell him? He told the apprentice that he needed to marry a woman who also had wealth. No, 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 no. I don't think he told him his future in specific, but he told him that how he saw his future. If okay, I got it now. The basis was money for the both of them. He was basically telling them that he could provide them money to achieve their dreams, right? He was telling them that money would help them to achieve what they wanted, right? Which is successful lives, right? A wife, riches and things like that, right? So the important thing to me, right, is that this is what Satan does. This is what the devil does, right? He lowers you in. He tells you that your life isn't good enough, right? Based upon your past, right? He tells you that you're not good enough because of what you've been through in the past. That was the whole that was the whole that was the emphasis on that scene that stood out so much to me, is that he will pry on what you don't have. He will pry on your past. He will pry on the things that he knows that you struggle with, right? Like whatever your struggle is, that is what Satan pries on. He pries on those negative thoughts in your mind, those thoughts that constantly tell you, hey, you're not good enough. Who are you to think that you could ever achieve this? Who are you to think that you could ever be the person to be somebody? That's what he does. And then he tells you that every step that you've taken, every belief that you've had is not congruent to where God is leading you to be, right? So that's, bro, it's very this movies like this, bro, like just growing up, I always heard about, oh, these movies got subliminals in them for kids and whatnot. And I always heard it and I was like, yeah, that's true. But like really just going back and watching these movies now as an adult, it's really like, wow, you got to take the good with the bad. It's like a double-edged sword. Whatever you take from it is what you take from it. I don't think that kids necessarily should be watching this, because kids' brains aren't developed enough to know how to decipher the message, right? And that could be damaging, but that's a whole nother video. So boom, this is what Satan does. We have to be mindful. We have to be careful not to put so much of an emphasis and so much of a worry on the things that we do not have, right? Lack is what he pries on. You thinking that you're in lack is what he pries on, right? Just because you don't have what you want right now does not mean that you won't get it. It's not the right time. And that's what the devil pries on. You thinking that it's supposed to happen when you want it to happen. It never works out. And then when you get it outside of God's timing, you see and you realize that it wasn't the right time. And then you're even more mad at God when he's the one who told you to wait to begin with. So if you just have some patience, just wait and know that it will happen on God's timing, you know. But man, that scene was just, it stuck out so much. I was sitting there watching a portion of it with my mom, and I told her, hey mom, come check this out. Look at this. Like, this is what Satan does. He pries on what we don't have. He pries on our mind, and he every little chance that he gets to sneak in a crack, he will. So you have to make sure that you keep your eyes fixated on the Lord, on God, on Jesus Christ, because he's lurking. He's coming. In the entire movie, The Princess and the Frog, Satan was lurking the entire time. Or the voodoo man was lurking the entire time, sneaking, cunning like a snake, like watching without you knowing. So you're being watched. Satan is always watching without you knowing. So you gotta be cautious. Don't be what's the word? Don't be don't let this make you don't let it make you overly cautious or skeptic. That's the word I'm looking for. Don't let this make you a skeptic, but just be mindful, just be aware of his ways, right? And how can we do that? By getting in our word, by cultivating a relationship with Jesus so he can lead us and let us know when the enemy's coming, when the enemy's attacking. Bro, I promise y'all, man, I done experienced some stuff that's so wild that if I told you, you would think I was lying, right? Or maybe you would believe me. But I've experienced things that are so vile that it's like, bro, God is real. And I know he has an anointing over my life, because if he didn't, I wouldn't be getting attacked so heavy. That must mean that I'm somebody. You somebody too. That's why the enemy is constantly trying to pry, trying to lurk, and trying to get you out of your nature of God, of living in a nature aligned with the path that God has for you. So yeah, bro, y'all be safe. Y'all stay prayed up. Y'all stay blessed. Stay in your word. I'm holding myself accountable as well. I need to get more. I need to get better in getting in my word and remembering and getting my mind equipped for the enemy's attack. And we gonna get there. So don't worry about it. For sure. God got us. Man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. It's your boy okay. It's your boy Talik Shakur, aka Sound Leak. Thank you for tuning in to another beautiful video. Thank y'all, family. God bless you. Love you. Peace.